A very good day to you and welcome to the program. I want to share something with you very important, and I've only got just less than 5 minutes. The last word is the word that people will always remember. The last thing you say is the thing that will carry you forever. Even when you're not here on earth anymore, they'll still remember what you said. We have to watch our words. If you look at Revelation chapter 2, and just the last part of verse 10, be faithful until death, and I will give you the crown of life. Folks, we've said it on this program so many times. It's not how you start, it's how you finish that interests the Lord. He's not concerned about the way you start in the race, even the middle of the race. He wants to see you come through the finish line. Your last word is absolutely important. Those of you that are sportsmen and sportswomen, you'll know what I'm saying. What is the proverbial term? You're only as good as your last game. Isn't that right? People remember you for that. They don't remember all the things you did before. A heavyweight boxing champion, he'll be as good as his last fight. And that's why it's so important for a man to retire at the right time. And how often a good fighter will not retire until he gets thoroughly beaten, and then they just remember the last fight when he got thoroughly beaten. There's one heavyweight boxing champion that goes down in history. His name is Rocky Marciano. He had 49 professional fights and 49 professional wins. Then he hung up his boxing gloves and he never fought again. His record still stands. I firmly believe there were a lot of boxers much better than him. One of them may be Muhammad Ali, just to use an example. But you see, he didn't stop. He carried on until he was soundly beaten. And that's the last they remember of him. We need to understand one thing. Our last word that we speak is absolutely important. What would you like people to remember you by? Sir, I'm asking you a question, sitting there watching this TV. What would you like them to remember you by? Would you like your children to remember you as a womanizer? Would you like your children to remember you as an old man that got drunk every Friday night? Is that what you would like them to remember? Of course not. You would like to have them remember you as the man that they got up early in the morning and granddad was sitting there reading his Bible. You would like to remember them as my grandfather, until the day he died, was a hard-working, godly man. That's what people want to remember you by. Do you know that people even quote to this day the last words that Jesus spoke? Right? What did he tell his disciples before he went up to heaven? Go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. Didn't he say that? And he said, and these signs and miracles will follow those who preach the word. They'll lay their hands upon the sick and they will recover. That's the last thing that Jesus told us. That's why I'm preaching to you. Because that's the last thing I remember him saying. Go into all the world. Preach the gospel. That's why missionaries go to the mission field. Because they remember the Great Commission. The last thing that Jesus said. We need to be so careful how we talk. Your family need to remember you as a good woman, as a good man, a fearless man, a man who loved God till the end, a man of honesty and integrity, of righteousness, a godly man. Folks, lives still speak after death. They still remember the famous speech that Winston Churchill made on the eve when the Nazis were going to invade Britain. We'll fight them to the end. They remember it to this day. One of the greatest speeches ever. But let you and I have a testimony that speaks volumes even when we're not here. That man was a man of God. Until next time, goodbye.
We trust that you have been blessed by today's message. For more information, please visit angusbuchan.com.